So one thing I really like talking on the channel about is layoffs and how they affect, everybody. And today I got an update for you guys, and we are now at 75,000 layoffs since January. And these layoffs are not going to be like anything we've ever seen before. And I'm going to tell you why in this video. So usually in the past, when you got laid off a few years ago, you got replaced or you got rehired by somebody else, right? So somebody was got laid off and somebody else got hired. Now what people are doing is they either outsource to a whole nother country and the job is just off the market in the US, or then they'll replace you with AI. And if not, they will enhance your job with AI. So that means that two jobs equal now one job with AI. So now I'm looking at it like, oh my gosh, this is horrible for everybody. And I got the stats right here, how much actually people are spending commuting to work, spending at a coffee shops, and doing all that. So I ran some quick numbers just to get an idea for how much people are spending on coffee and lunches and so what. So now we have $16 for lunch, and now we're having 75,000 layoffs. So that is about $1.2 million a day that restaurants are not getting, or you know that restaurants aren't getting. So that is, and you're like, oh, that's not too much, right? So now we'll multiply that by 5, and now we're at $6 million, right? So now we're at $6 million for a week worth of restaurant food. That, or I don't know how they calculated that. Maybe it's also going to, what is it, going to a grocery store and buying it. But that is huge number, 6 million a week, and we have 52 weeks out of the year, -2 or 3 because holidays and whatnot. So that is huge amounts of money actually missing. So let's do 62 million. No, 6 million times. Let's do probably like 30 weeks. We'll take something like that because we don't need to do more than that. That is $36 million that is actually missing from people's tip jars, from people's registers, from business owners, and all kinds of other stuff. And now, so on the little article, it said, oh, people are also not paying for their pets, right? So people aren't like, they can't take, they spend like $20 a day on pet care. But now with them being let go, there is no need for them to pay $20 in pet care. So that means that you need, as a pet, as a pet person or somebody that boards their pet during the day, you don't need that service no more. So there's a lot less thinner of a pool from you to actually, get your pet boarded, right, for the day. So it has all these huge effects on it. And I was trying really hard today to find the numbers for how much people actually spend at restaurants and how much people actually how much they've, what the real numbers are and how much they, how long they commute with and if they spend at coffee shops or if they spend at gas stations. So I couldn't really find the numbers. You guys let me know if you guys travel and commute and buy coffee, or if you guys start doing it at the house, because I found out it's like $4.90 a coffee, like an average, but I couldn't really figure out. And I had a discussion with Allison, and she's like, hey, not everybody buys coffee at Starbucks. They might pick it up at 7-Eleven and it costs $1. But the average is still like $13 for breakfast and a coffee, right? So that is pretty crazy when you think about it. So if you watched so far, please like and subscribe to the video. That would really help me out and get my video to more people amazing like yourself. So now we're also looking at how is this going to continue, because these companies are going to outsource and have virtual AI order takers and booths where you can actually order your coffee through. They have these automated baristas, and I've seen all of these, crazy things, popping up where you actually don't even need to have a human anymore. It's just a machine that kind of does it, and you just type in what you want. And so now I'm looking at it like, how many of these tech workers will get rehired and find another competitive job? And how long does it take, right? Because every month that the severance come closer, there's a stress increase, right? Your severance runs out as a tech worker, and then you don't have nothing. So then you're getting more and more desperate, and you're having to, take a less fortunate job where you got to downgrade, you got to do all these crazy things to keep your family fed. And that's why I hugely, hugely think it's so important that Americans need to spend their money in their local economy. So not giving it to big corporations. So they should not go to Starbucks, and they should go to local coffee shops. So you can support all your neighbors, all your fellow community members when you do that. Yes, it's $1 more expensive, but you keep them in business. So now I'm like, 75,000 people got let go. And I'm not even talking about for the tax revenue standpoint, where people are going to be like, oh my gosh, there's so much tax money going to be missing because next year, like these tech workers, have a 6-figure salary, and now that money of their salary is missing. So there's going to be a hole in the tax book. So what do? Well, you need to increase taxes on these other people that are still working. So now you're like, oh my gosh, so your taxes are going to go up. And if you live in a state that's already dealing with problems like Florida and hurricanes and all that, and they're probably going to increase your sales tax so they can keep, insurance lower. So then you're looking at another tax because people got laid off, and somehow the balancing the book doesn't work out. So what do? Well, you increase taxes, right? And now there's also a more impact on the social system, on all these people that are on unemployment and using resources that they've paid into for years, are now trying to use them, and they should use them. But now I see so many people that don't qualify because of technicalities, and they can't qualify. They're not getting a response back. So let me know in the comments below if you know people like that. And yeah, it is sad. I've seen people in my surrounding that were working for a company for 22 plus years being let go. And I'm like, you basically got let go after working for 22 years. That amount of knowledge is gone. That's almost irreplaceable. But now with AI, you're very well replaceable. You can just pay a monthly subscription and be done with it. You can just pay AI to lift those tasks for you and start balancing stuff out. So there's a way less of a need for most people because AI can do it. And I just saw somebody on CNBC today that said he wants to buy so much Tesla stock, like that he's like, I don't have any more money to buy it, and they only allow me to own a certain percentage. But whenever we get a new client, I buy Tesla stock because of that Tesla bot, this Tesla robot that can do human tasks and run, and be like in your household for like 40 grand or something, they said, and can, cook, clean, do all these kind of things. And I shit you not, that Tesla bot will repair your cars, will come and do all these crazy things, cook, clean, do your laundry, have, everything basically, pour concrete, pour cement, do, repair stuff. You just got to download the module. So if you want, probably how I know Elon Musk, oh, you want the cooking module? Oh, that's going to be $10.99 a day. Oh, you want it to do your laundry? That's $2.90 a day. Oh, you wanted to babysit? That's $9 a day. And then you're sitting there like, what is your job going to be in the future? What is your job going to be? You got laid off and you can't do anything. So one thing is entertainment. You might think, oh, entertainment's going to be safe. Well, no, because you don't need to be a writer anymore. You can just, you know, use AI to do that. And in the future, you can have AI videos done. So now, what are you going to, what job can you do that's not, um, that is not impacted by AI, that is not done, that cannot be replaced? So let me know in the comments below what you think cannot be replaced by AI. I think even doctors at one point will be replaced by AIs, because at one point AI will become so self-sufficient that it can actually do surgery better than any doctor can, because it knows in a 99 percentile chance this is going to be the outcome, and we can guarantee it to 99.9%. And we just need a doctor to oversee it. So one doctor's going to hang their license over over a surgery place, and they're going to have one or two robots doing surgery on you, just like Star Trek. And what are you going to do? What what is what is the holy grail of not being replaceable? You guys let me know, because I for sure have not figured it out quite yet, what is and what isn't. But I know that all of these 75,000 people will have a hella hard time actually figuring out what you're going to do next and trying to secure something, because building a network overnight to kind of get success, like find another job, that takes time. And I know a bunch of people that are actually trying to find a job, and they've been working at companies for years and they've never networked. They're highly skilled in that one field and somewhat socially awkward, and they cannot find a job because they can't interview, but they're so technical savvy, right? So I don't see anything on the horizon that's close to the horizon that is somewhat proof, besides building war machineries, or of being a war soldier. But even those industries are popping off, and at one point will be done by robots, because robots will work 24/7, not like you, that's like after 8 hours, like, oh, we're done. So what industry can you go into that will protect you from these layoffs and actually help you come through it? I frankly don't know. I have no idea. But these layoffs are going to continue, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be even worse till it gets better. And I feel like once the first domino falls, they all kind of fall. And there's going to be states that are going to be more prone to it, just like California has like one of the most highest, what do you call it, most unemployment rate in the whole United States at 5%. That is absolutely crazy, but a lot of tech companies are there. So now you're thinking, how is this possible that so many people are in California are being laid off and the unemployment is so high? Is it the policies? Is it just a trend? I don't know, because if California was such a liberal state, then they shouldn't qualify to put into the data, right? Because they got severance, they got all this stuff. So the actual unemployment number's way, way, way higher. And I think that's why the governor, how I call it, is facing another recall, because people need jobs. People need the money. People cannot just sit around the house and do nothing, because then there's no money's coming in. Yeah, the government might help them out, but most people want a nicer house. They have a family to feed, and they don't want to suck off the government. So it is really crucial that we turn this around. I don't know the solution. I'm still thinking about it, but I have not found anything how I can, even myself, can make myself not obsolete with AI. Because let's face it, most people here that have a skill, AI can probably pick up on that skill in the next few years better than you do it. So let me know if you're one of those people or not, because I just, I know it's gonna be AI versus AI, and who has the better one and who has the better software. So, and I saw another crazy thing on the Intel or NVIDIA CEO. He said he has AI figure out how to make better chips. So AI is working 24/7 now on how to create better quantum computing chips or something like it. And they said, oh, we have AI design them now. So AI is basically creating its own chips now, these microchips. So now I'm looking at it like, holy smokes, all these crazy things are coming true that they said, oh, robots are going to run the world. Yeah, yeah, and they're probably going to be hella cheap to run, and you're probably not going to have a job because you're too expensive. And a robot will do it for a fraction of the price. And I kid you not, in 10 years, if this video is still up, you'll come back to this video and say, yeah, he was right. And I'm just like, I don't know if this is a good thing. I don't know if this is a bad thing, but these layoffs are horrible. And we got to figure something out to turn this around, because I do not want to see my fellow Americans actually get hurt and lose their jobs, because it is an awful thing. And let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.